I remember our teacher ended up inviting us to an Xbox party, and when we joined in, he ended up saying to us, okay, boys, let's do this. We're gonna go in here and we're gonna play some search and destroy. And as we started playing the game with him, no joke, we started to see a whole new side of our teacher that could probably get him fired. Yo, what is going on, you guys? My name's Bubba, and welcome back to another embarrassing, but I gotta say crazy story. Now, this story all takes place back when I was in high school, and this was actually my grade 11 year. Now, in grade 11, I was a major gamer, but on top of that, I was a player. And I'm be for real with you, gaming back then is nothing like it is now. I know nowadays, like, the gaming community online has gotten more, I guess, friendly in a sense, but you gotta understand, back then, when I was gaming, half of these people that I see on the internet nowadays are playing video games wouldn't even survive 1 minute in a Call of Duty lobby. But basically, me and my friends back then, we had a tradition to every day after school hop online late at night and play Call of Duty together, and things would get really rowdy. If you guys understand what I'm talking about, comment down below, but I'm gonna be honest, let's just say if I ended up saying the things that I said back then on here, I would get extremely easily canceled. And I'm willing to admit that because, well, you gotta understand it was back then. If people want to hate on me for something I did way back when, and not to mention a teenager that didn't know any better and society was a way different perspective back then on things, then go for it. But going on with the story, I remember me and my friends would always play, and it would even get to the point where my mom would even come down the stairs and look at me and be like, Bubba, why are you yelling like that on the screen? Who's talking to you? Are you okay? Huh? Oh, yeah, mom, sorry. This guy was a weirdo. What? Why is he a weirdo? Oh, he's trying too hard in a video game. My mom would always look super confused at me because she knew that I was also trying really hard at a video game. But to be fair, like, the culture back then was to like make fun of sweats or make fun of weird people that were online. And now all those online people are now considered popular and cool, so obviously times change. I remember the next morning of that same night, me and all my friends, we ended up going to school, and when we all sat in the same classroom together in the same table group, we would start showing our clips that we have on our phones of each other just yelling at people. And honestly, like, it was hilarious. Back then, like, when we would exchange like funny content like this, it was what we considered funny, and it was hilarious to watch them in class and just laugh at like all the dumb stuff we said, because you gotta understand, like, we took nothing online seriously. Like, we never took the online as serious as it is today. And I remember as we're exchanging these clips, our teacher ended up walking by the table and he saw what was going on. Now, this teacher, he was just a genuine dude. Like, he seems really calm and very normal, if that really means anything. But when he looked over and saw that we were exchanging clips of us playing Call of Duty, he looks over and says, oh, I didn't know we had some gamers in the class. I remember everyone in my table group looks up at him and we're like, oh yeah, we play like Call of Duty like every night. It's just for fun. Okay, well, if that's the case, I should play with you guys sometime. You play video games? Yeah, I do, Bubba. Is that a problem for your teacher to play video games? No, I actually think it's cool. I just never expected it. Okay, well, yeah, I play video games, so you guys should add me. Here, wait, what's your Xbox gamer tag? I remember we were all shocked, and we knew he was telling the truth that he was a gamer, because the fact that he was able to look at our screens on our phones and recognize we were playing on Xbox was a major shock for all of us. And before any of us in the table group ended up giving our usernames, I remember my friend looks at me and he tells me to check my phone. He ended up texting me saying, yo, bro, is it a good idea to play with our teacher? Like, I feel like if he hears what we say on there, we're gonna get in major trouble with the school. And I ended up texting him back saying, well, bro, we can like just not be weird online, just not say anything. Like, it's totally cool. Let's just play a couple games with him and see if he's good. It would actually be pretty neat. Maybe we can get like straight A's just for being good at Call of Duty, which was a major joke, by the way, but still, like, it was cool. Why not? So we ended up all adding him. And that night when we went home, the craziest thing ended up happening, because I remember when we got home, we all ended up hopping on Xbox and we all ended up joining into an Xbox party, and we saw that our teacher wasn't online. And since he wasn't online, we all started playing Call of Duty the normal way we usually did and started making fun of people online and saying some crazy things that, let's be real here, once again, I cannot say on this video. But as we were all in a game, I remember I ended up getting an invite on the top left corner of my screen of my teacher inviting me to a voice chat Xbox Live party. And at that moment, I looked at it at disbelief. I remember I told all my friends on the mic saying, yo, guys, the teacher literally just invited me to a party. Wait, what? He invited you to a party? Bro, there's no way. Dude, wait, do we join? Are you sure that's a good idea, guys? And I remember we were all like debating if we should join her or not. And we were confused because like it was during the week. Like it was like a Wednesday. Like why would he be on Xbox? But I remember one of my friends ended up saying how we should just join and just see like how it goes. And maybe we'll just play a couple of games with him, but just mute our mics when we're really upset. So that's what we decided to do. We ended up joining the Xbox Live party with our teacher. And when we went in there, I remember he ends up hopping on the mic, unmuting and saying, hey, how you doing, class? Or should I say boys? Should we hop on on some Call of Duty Search and Destroy. And at that moment, we were in shock because Search and Destroy on Call of Duty back then was like the ultimate toxic place to play. Like, no joke, like the amount of slurs and the amount of things I would say on that was insane. By the way, I'm not trying to get canceled. I'm just saying this for the story context. Don't actually think I'm that crazy nowadays. I've toned down, okay? I've toned it down. I've gotten friendlier. If you guys don't believe me, watch me live on Twitch. I swear I'll prove it all. But I remember we all ended up basically playing, and as we were playing the game, me and all my friends were silent. We didn't say a word, nothing. And it got to the point where my teacher on Xbox was like, why are you guys being so quiet, bro? Like, do you guys naturally play this way? Like, just do some callouts or something. At that moment, we were like, okay, yeah, no problem. And that's when we started doing callouts. We started basically saying positions of where the enemies were and basically playing the game how, you know, how it's supposed to be played, I guess. But then the funniest thing ended up happening where after the second round ended, a person on the enemy team ended up using their mic and started yelling into the mic saying, oh, you guys are trash, bro. Like, did your mom play with you that way? You guys are actually poo. And usually at this time, me and all my friends would start like all ganging up on him. But since our teacher was in the lobby, we didn't say anything. And that's when our teacher, by surprise, ends up using his mic in game and he starts yelling the most craziest thing ever where he's like, oh, you think you're all cool talking like that? Like, you think you're him, bro? Huh? I've done your mom 6 times, bro. You don't understand what you're doing. At that moment, we all started looking at each other in ultimate shock. We were like, wait a second. Did he really just say that? And then I remember it even got to the point where our teacher even said the N-word. Yeah, hardcore just let it out with the hard R at the end, and everyone in the Xbox party were in disbelief. I remember like even some of my other friends ended up getting comfortable with him like talking smack, so they ended up joining in. But me personally, I felt worried because like I decided to stay quiet because like, I don't know, it's my teacher. Like, is it really normal to start like saying like online like jokes with him on an Xbox party? And by the way, like this guy was like 30, right? And we're like in grade 11, so I didn't really know what to say in the situation. Like, I didn't want my teacher to see the bad side of me, I guess. But at the same time, he also had a bad side. So like, I don't know. Comment down below if you guys would also like, you know, say crazy stuff with your teacher online. But I remember it got to the point where our teacher was just non-stop saying the most foul things you could ever say on the internet. Like, no joke, things that the average YouTuber and creator would get canceled for right on the spot. But towards the end of the game, I remember after we ended up playing the 5 rounds of Search and Destroy, all my friends, we ended up like muting our mics again. And our teacher ends up basically talking to us saying, oh, quick question, by the way, guys. Did you guys finish the assignment? Was it like too much or nah? Huh? Oh, no, the assignments were fine. Okay, good. I'm just making sure because like I have a worksheet for tomorrow, but like, I don't know. I don't really want to give it to you guys. Here, I'm gonna send it to your email. Tell me what you guys think. I remember we were all so confused and like we didn't even understand. Like, he was talking to us like a buddy, as like a person like that we're like normal friends with, which I mean, to be fair, it's our teacher, right? But it felt wrong personally deep inside. And I remember the next day when we went to school, we ended up seeing him because he's our first class. And as we were all like sitting together, he ends up joining the table group, and it was very recognizable that he got kind of, I guess, attached to us, which is super weird, but at the same time made me really uncomfortable. And well, one thing led to another. I decided to block him on Xbox because like, I don't know, like I just don't think it's cool hearing a 30-year-old like say all those things with like a bunch of kids that are students in a call. But all my friends continued playing with him. In a way, my friends understood why I didn't, but at the same time, do you guys think I'm wrong for that? I don't know. Comment down below what you guys think. But other than getting A in that class, fall for more embarrassing stories just like this one. Peace out, guys.